What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Check, check, check. Hello. There we go. We are live. Welcome back to another live stream repair. We've got 4 more that showed up today that need to be fixed, and we still have 4 left over from yesterday. So it is going to be a fun Friday, yeah? We've got Todd, Ann, and Jason. And then today showed up Douglas, James, JP, and Galarza. You'll have to excuse the background noise. I've got the 3D printer chugging away at our newfangled table docks for our USB adapters. Let's get Todd emailed up and see what's up here. Todd. Is this the right Todd? It is. Okay, Todd's got no power. Of course, of course. Oh, I love this keyboard so much. It's got clicky pink Kales. They're kind of like blues, just a little different. I'm so used to blues, so I just absolutely cruise on this. Might end up getting myself another one to take to work. Alright. Todd has been emailed. Ooh. Kind of dusty. It's been a minute. Uh-oh. Props to anybody that can manage to keep one of these things in one piece. I think I just won't try. I'll put it back in the box and send it back for them, but I just don't try with these. They're too finicky. We've got enough finackery to deal with here. Let's see what this one's doing. We've got the usual symptoms. No lights, no nothing. Couple of watts were getting pulled from the wall there, so this, from everything we've seen, looks like the typical dead diode. Let's get it apart, and we'll do a little bit of maintenance while we've got it, i.e. the infamous filters on the amplifier that go bad and no longer remove DC voltage from the audio signal, which leads to death farts and other bass issues. So we'll give it new filters to keep that from happening for as long as possible. Give it one less reason to come back to us anytime soon. And then we'll take care of that dead diode. Let's get some rubbing alcohol. We're going to drip that into the side of the speaker and swirl it around so that it soaks into the glue holding this speaker basket down. After we unscrew it, we can pry it up, and that glue shouldn't put up nearly as much of a fight. Subwoofer. That smells fine and fresh. No worries there. You never know if those filters were going bad before it stopped powering on, and we've seen that. We've had people send their HomePod in for no power repairs and completely neglect that. To mention that it was death farting quite often, sometimes to the point where it just lost its bass speaker entirely. We are in. Let's get up close. Ugh. Why is that camera acting up? Well, let's fix that. That's better. It throws me off when I've got a giant monitor showing it exactly what I'm doing, but with a half-second or so delay. Kind of like hearing yourself talking with a bit of a delay. You join that Zoom meeting and someone's got their set up on speakerphone, and anytime you talk, it echoes back. There was that one YouTube channel that made that audio gun that basically did that. It played back what you were saying with a slight delay, and it threw you off enough that to where you just could not say a complete sentence without stumbling over your own words. What is up? Welcome, welcome. You know what's up here. You know what we're doing. If the component sticks to your tweezers and you're having a hard time getting it to come off of your tweezers, you can use your heat gun to help. Because what happens is sometimes the flux gets a little sticky and your component won't let go of your tweezers. Look at that. Oh, first try? Goodness. Alright. Frame it. There's another 48K dated diode, of course. Let's knock that out. I'm leaving it. It's perfect. It's beautiful.
I'm having trouble connecting. I'm having trouble.
Perfect. Todd's got power again. Let's move on to Anne. They've also got no power. We've got a couple watts at the wall. No lights, no nothing. Dead diode. Up close, first up, the filters that go bad and cause the farts. Guess the date code. If you guessed 46K, take a shot. We've almost lost our little cap there. Something's not sealed. I hear air squeaking out. Subwoofer's not bent. Welcome to the stream, Nolson. Thanks for the compliments. Oh, it sounds like our latest print is done. Alright, that's nice and sealed now, too. Nope, not always. Check the website nixfix.com and browse the various no power common issues and lesser common issues. It's usually that diode, though. Right. That is pretty neat. Oh, it's beautiful. Alright, so here's how this works. You've got the bottom, which fits around the adapter if you've got it connected, and if not, I mean, it fits perfectly over that rubber base either way. It's perfect. And then the top, or should I say the bottom of this, is slightly bigger and fits perfectly over the top for those that are doing USB restores upside down. It protects the top from scratches on the table. I think that is just phenomenal. I think I am happy with this design. There's not much else I can think of to improve it. I was trying to add a cutout to the middle so I could wrap the cable around it whenever you're not using it, but that got a little complicated, so I think we will settle on this. I love it. Let's get another one going on the printer, because I imagine I will not have the time to print as many as people want. All right. Let's get that going. We will. I guess I gotta refresh that. Come on. Print. Yes. Alright, it's going. You guys probably want to know if this thing even works, huh?
I'm having trouble connecting.
There you go.
I'm having trouble.
Alright. Up next, we've got two from Jason. Let's shoot them an email and see what's wrong with them. We've got a Jason H. HomePods with incessant clicking. I bought 2 white HomePods in early 2020. Not sure which one is misbehaving, but it makes an incessant clicking noise. Looks like they opted to just send both of them in and have the maintenance done on the other one. It's going to be the same work and the same repair, whether it's maintenance or not. We're going to give it new filters so that it can stop popping so bad, hopefully, and keep death parts from occurring. Keep that subwoofer speaker nice and healthy. Let's do a quick comparison here and see if we can't catch which one it actually has the problem. I did not use Fusion 360, I used OpenSCAD. I've got the OpenSCAD and the STL files up on my GitHub repo. Give me a day to update the files for the latest version, but I threw them up there. I figured people that want to pay for them will pay for them, people that don't want to pay for them will complain to me that I'm charging too much for a 3D printed piece of plastic and do it themselves. And that is okay with me.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Alright, this one sounds fine. That one's probably the one that works fine and just wants maintenance done. This one, I'm expecting then to sound a little worse. Oh. It doesn't even have any bass anymore. She's dead, Jim. Alright. We got one that needs bass repair and one that needs maintenance to prevent bass repair from needing to happen. This is going to require another beverage. Alright, I got like 10 more emails in the past hour from people with no power HomePods. What's going on here? Alright, I am almost certain based on their description that it is too late for the subwoofer in here, and it is absolutely roasted. I'm hoping to be wrong. Subwoofers are always in limited supply until I can find somebody that can rebuild them. OpenSCAD is a beast. I like it because I don't know. It just clicks. It just makes sense for me. Having code represent my objects and manipulating the code to do what I need to do is it just it clicks. And I don't even code. I don't really know any coding languages. I'm just a script kiddie. That should not be making any sounds. That subwoofer is toast. I'm not even gonna smell this one. Ooh, oh, it's stinky. Oh, yuck. Ooh, that's real stinky. All right, let us sacrifice another HomePod to the gods and secure ourselves a subwoofer. There's another email for no power repair. Yep. Okay, one no power repair and one Craigslist alert for an Eagle Talon for sale on Craigslist. I don't need an Eagle Talon. I don't need another car right now. I need to fix what I got. You know what I forgot? You know why this is so difficult? I forgot the rubbing alcohol. Okay. Very nice. Give me that woofer. Nice and straight, no bends. Oh, actually, teeny tiny little bend right there. I'll smack that straight. I guess I should take all these out so they don't go flying everywhere. Right there. All right. We'll put that away for future needs. And we don't want to just drop another woofer in here and call it a day. The speaker, as all speakers are, is very robust. If it's powered correctly, it should pretty much last forever. The only reason those speakers fail is when they're not given the correct power. Or in this case, too much of the wrong power. So we're going to get the amplifier out, and those filters, those 4 little capacitors that you see us replace on every amplifier board for every repair, those are what went bad in here. So we're going to get them replaced. Keep our replacement subwoofer protected. Oh, it's going to be a fun one. So, this is what happens when they use super glue for thread locker. The screw broke off. Thankfully, there aren't threads in the power supply, so we can still pull this out without a problem. But what it does mean is we need to rip the stud out of the amplifier and replace it too. I have not drank enough for this. This sort of thing probably happens to us once a week, every week or so. But I'd rather have it happen to me than have it happen to somebody trying to fix one themselves. Alright, there it is. Broken clean off, just sticking out there. So, the best move is going to be to find our vice grips and replace that stud whole. Problem is, I don't know where my vice grips went. We're going to try with these. Let's see if maybe I can't twist that screw out before I have to replace the whole stud. Well, We're replacing the stud. We're gonna crimp it as hard as we can and then rotate this. Oh, perfect. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now we grab a parts board and we do basically the same thing to get ourselves a stud without a broken screw in it. Like that. And then I like a little bit of super glue on that just to keep it down. The freaking side cutters, or the cutters putting in work today. Now we want to be careful not to get super glue in the threads, or whoever works on this next time will be in the same position that we are right now. Last but not least, to make sure it stays in there, I like to smack it with a little bit of solder. It doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to work. Alright. We've got one stud not going anywhere. Now we can do what this thing came here for. Let's flip this around. And our 10 ohm resistor is looking fine and fresh. What date code do we have on our diode? 46K, so that needs to get replaced before it fails and causes no power. Let's do the filters first. And there's that Schottky diode for 6K, so that needs to get out of here before it causes more problems. Alright, folks, we're going to take just a quick minute break, let this cool down, grab a drink, and we'll be right back. We're back. Stupid screw, you're making me look bad.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Very nice. So we got the base fixed up on that first one. Let's do a little bit of maintenance to the second one so that the same thing doesn't happen to it. As of right now, it's working just fine. Ooh, we do have a couple of teeny tiny little cracks on the top right there. Ooh, excuse my fingernails. They look worse on camera than they really are, I promise. We've got a little crack there, 2 little cracks there. So we want to be careful when we're working around those not to make them any bigger. Not too sure when those could have happened. Most likely on the way to us, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm actually going to start on the cracks. Perfect. First up, some fancy fresh new filters. These love to go bad and cause the exact same issues that we fixed on Jason's first HomePod. Alright, fresh new filters. What's the date code on our diode? Does that need to be taken care of? Yes, it does. It's got a 48K date code. So that's the other date code that we see fail and cause no power. Both of these HomePods needed it. So it's a good thing we are here and now and getting that taken care of instead of down the road after they've already paid for other repairs. Alright, that should make for 2 happy HomePods for Jason. What is up? Welcome, welcome. I don't have any second gens in the pile currently waiting to get fixed. But within the past few weeks, I've had 3 people email me for second gen repairs. All 3 of them have the same symptoms. It's very strange. Ghost touches. And when the first guy emailed me, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's dirty, or their pet's messing with it or something. But then the next guy emailed me within a week, and another guy emailed me within another week. And I was like, huh, alright, let's get some of these in and take a look. So, soon we should see a couple of second gens show up for a new issue that we've never worked on the channel here before. We'll see what those, we'll see what happens with those. I'm not sure yet. My suspicion is something's dirty, or maybe there's physical damage. But I have a whole set of second gen parts on standby to troubleshoot when it arrives. It'd be weird if it was related to the like any software updates, but it wouldn't be impossible to think that it wouldn't be unreasonable to think that a software update could change like the sensitivity of the touch interface and maybe mess that up. But included in my spare pile of HomePod 2 parts is a logic board on an older OS, so that'll be one of the things that we can check and see is if it's anything to do with the OS or not. Just by popping our logic board in there with an older OS. Since the display and touch board are still separate components from the logic board in the second gen, we can test that theory. Yeah, no, the second gens really don't get that hot, from what I've noticed. They are way more efficient. Nah, no minis in the pile, and I don't bother with them. I might buy some broken ones for myself and explore them on stream one day, but not now. Got too much to do. Too much to fix. I also have it on my website that I don't take the minis in for repairs, so. iPod Hi-Fis? Man, I haven't had... Okay, nope, I lied. Somebody did email me about a hi-fi repair. They never followed through, but they wanted the power supply replaced. Alright, JP's turn.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Uh-huh.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Well, aren't we all? No power from JP. Oh no, I wasn't saying anything like you should have read my website, dummy. I was just saying I have it on my website because I used to get a lot of, not a lot, but I'd get enough inquiries on it to where I felt inclined to, put something on the website about it. That is some bubble wrap. Wow. Okay. We've got JP with no power. No power at all. Yes, indeed.
Sorry to bother.
Huh?
But we found a 10x10 climate controlled storage unit.
Yeah.
What day would you remove it? Like tomorrow? Or like have that for tomorrow?
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'll tomorrow. No, tomorrow's fine.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all digital.
Yeah.
So. Alright.
No power. Couple of watts from the wall. Folks, we're gonna take a quick break. Grab a drink. Run to the bathroom. We'll be right back. All right. We are back. We are back. There's another repair inquiry. 2 more. And a text message from some goofball. Stop texting me. Leave me alone! Alright, let's dig in. We already tested this. It's got the typical symptoms for a dead diode on the amplifier. So let's get to it, and while we're in there, we'll replace those filters to keep the subwoofer nice and healthy and those death parts away. Whew, almost sliced my hand off there. Very lucky that time. How many HomePods do you own? Oh geez. Welcome to the stream, Albert. That is a question, alright. I've probably got somewhere between 50 and 75 at the moment. The goal is to have 500. Completely serious. I want 500 of them. Where am I going to fit them all? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I want all 500 of them online and airplaying at the same time. Am I going to have to like go work at Apple to make that happen? I'll work for Apple if they give me free HomePods. But that would mean having to most likely abandon NixFix, essentially. It's a really sad thought. It keeps me from even thinking about applying. I just don't know if I could, if it came to work at Apple but stop NixFix. That's a tough choice. Unless my job at Apple was basically making things more repairable and more sustainable. I don't know how I could fit in there. And like I feel like some of my principles are just the complete opposite of some of Apple's principles. But maybe they're changing. Maybe they're trying to change for the better. And they're looking for people that can help them make their stuff more sustainable and more repairable. Like for real, for real. Would you ever take something from another brand in the same category, like a Sonos speaker? Absolutely. I had, oh, it's funny. So I have a Yelp page, and a local had reached out to me through Yelp with a Sonos subwoofer, like the one that looks like a giant bold O. Like a wireless, it's like a freaking $500 or $700 subwoofer, man. I don't know. And it wouldn't power on. Wouldn't turn on at all. And I was like, heck yeah, bring that on down. We'll figure it out. I did not figure it out. And that is because as I was working on it, it turned back on. It just suddenly turned back on for me. So I was like, huh. All right, no fix, no charge. And I hit them up, and they were like, hell yeah, I'll come pick it up. And they paid me anyways. I was like, I'm not going to charge you for this because I didn't do anything. I took it apart, and I troubleshooted for a while, and I tried replacing a few things, but ultimately, I couldn't figure out what the problem was, and I don't know how I fixed it, so I can't, in good faith, charge them anything for it, and they still paid me for it. To this day, I think that was a year and a half ago, it still works just fine. I had someone else on Yelp. I always get the strange ones off Yelp. But another local reached out to me through Yelp and asked to repair their grandma's like Bose Wave CD player. 'Cause they're blind or something. They have a hard time seeing. And the audio CDs and the audiobooks were really important to them. And they had accidentally jammed the CD player. So I was like, yeah, sure. Send it in. I'll fix it up for you. It'd be, $40-$60 or whatever. And we took it apart. We unjammed the CD player. I let them know it's all fixed, and I told them the same thing, like, hey, I'm not going to charge you for this. It was way too easy. And, given the circumstances, I didn't feel really good charging them any money for it, and they still paid me for it. They still insisted. But it's opportunities like that, and opportunities where I get to fix all these HomePods for people and share that, that joy that people get listening to music with them, helping them bring that joy back, and then the freedom of being able to make any choice that I want to do at the end of the day to make them happy. Those kinds of things keep me where I'm at. But who knows? Maybe I'll go crazy and quit NixFix and go work for Apple. And maybe we'll help Apple make some changes for the better. Wouldn't that be wild? But it'd be so tough leaving behind HomePod repairs. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's just because it seems like it gives me a purpose. And if I go work for some big company, then who's gonna know that I'm working on this thing at this big company? It's all, I don't know. We'll be here for a while. I'll say that. Don't most routers not support that many devices? Lucky for me, my whole home network is Unify. I've got a Unify Dream Machine gateway. I've got Unify switches throughout the house. I use the enterprise access points, and I'm not afraid to get more to do what I want to do. How many HomePod speakers do I think I've repaired in total? I must have touched at least 3,000 by now. Because we've been at it for 2 years. On average, we get 2 to 4 a day. Some days we get, God forbid, 6 to 10. But at the very least, pretty much every day we get 1 or 2 showing up, at least. And that's been consistent for the past, it's been 2 years now, over 2 years. I'm losing track. But not just that, I've got plenty of people that don't just send one in, but they've got multiple, so they send a multiple in at once. And it's absolutely crazy to me that it doesn't seem like it has slowed down one bit. So, like, if I quit, what is everyone gonna do? Everyone's kind of screwed. They gotta fix it themselves or sell it, I guess. I started this because I saw a problem that could have been, that needed to be solved. And I'd do it for free if the world didn't run on money, but it does. That said, if anybody sends food with their HomePod, I'm happy to give them a discount. Feed me. I'm very hungry. I have no money, I keep buying HomePods. And then people keep wanting to buy my parts. Stop buying my parts. Buy your own parts. Buy your own broken HomePods. Let me hoard. Excuse me. Alright, there's a 46K dated diode. There you have it. Let's get that replaced. Not before we gotta stay hydrated, you know? Kunch, I don't want to make an enemy of you, but I'm gonna have to say I was quite underwhelmed when I listened to that Sonos sub when I got it fixed. Maybe, and to be fair, I did only test it on my desk in my room here. But it didn't blow me away. It didn't wow me. And it certainly didn't justify to me the cost of the thing. When the guy first dropped it off and I started looking at it and I felt it and I was holding it, it felt and looked really nice. And my expectations were set at that moment. I had good initial impressions, but then as soon as I started listening to it, it was like, oh, that's all it's got? But again, to be fair, I'm also kind of spoiled by the giant 14-inch Bic America subwoofer that I have in my living room. And then my 3 SingCell Alphas. Those things are absolutely incredible. You think the Sonos subwoofer has good bass? You haven't heard good bass till you've heard a SingCell. You don't know. You don't even know. But maybe you do. And maybe I just don't know. And then there's the WLA Phantoms. I still need to get my hands on one of those and take a listen. Not anytime soon. I'm trying to buy a house, man. I'm trying to buy a house and have room for 500 HomePods. It wasn't like the sound quality of the Sonos sub was bad, by any means. It just it didn't have the kind of, it just didn't didn't have that much power to it. It didn't feel like it really hit that low. Like it just had that kind of raw impact. But again, I'm fairly sure I didn't really give it a good shot how I was using it, so. Oh, I got more chat than I realized. What about the 2.4 or 5 gigahertz band being overcrowded from all the HomePods? Yeah, I mean, if I've got 500 HomePods in the same room, I'm sure that wouldn't be very feasible. I'm thinking, obviously, more like I buy a house, and then throughout the house, I'll probably have to spread them out throughout the rest of the property too. Like I'll have range extenders and 100 or so in the barn and 200 or so in the shop and 200 or so in the main house, and then maybe 100 or so floating around the rest of the property outside, sprayed in, coated in the Flex Seal, so they're waterproof. Yeah. Absolutely bonkers. Oh, there goes that one. That's what the spares are for. You say the Sonos Sub underwhelms the DeviLA? That's interesting. Alright, people had me all hyped up about the DeviLA, and then you say that about the Sonos Sub. Now I'm confused. I really gotta get my hands on the DeviLA. Anybody got a broken one they want to sell me? I have search alerts set on eBay, and so far, for the longest time, nothing's popped up. Somebody threw up like a DeviLA soundbar on eBay. Not really what I was looking for. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, the DeviLA absolutely smacks the Sonos. That is what I expect. Okay, all right. Gotcha. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. The DeviLA is like alien tech in comparison. That's what I feel like about my Sing cells. I brought one of mine to the office one day so I could let my coworkers check it out. Just one. I only brought one. And I set it up in one of the small office rooms. And it was just mind-blowing for everyone. And then you'd walk out of the room and you'd completely forget where you were. It's like being in a movie theater for like 3 or 4 hours, and then you step out of the movie theater and it's like completely dark and nighttime, and you're like, oh, back to reality. Can you hear lossless, or is it not that different from compressed codecs? I personally can hear a subtle difference. If there's a lot of ifs. Like the sound or the song itself has to be mastered well enough to where you're going to notice a difference in the first place. And then the environment you're listening in has to be good enough too. And by that I mean don't expect to hear a difference when you're listening to it while there's construction going right across the street. But in the right environment, you can notice a difference. And it's not a deal breaker, but it can definitely kind of just elevate that experience just a little bit more. It's kind of like a fancy dinner, like a great meal. And the meal's already so great. It's so good. And the only difference between this meal and the other meal is just a tiny little extra spice or something that they sprinkled on there. Just gives it that extra teeny tiny little bit of essence. And if you're 6 beers in and you're shooting shit with your friends, you're probably not going to taste the difference. But if you're sitting there and you're focused on it, and the purpose for you being there is to enjoy that meal, you're going to notice the difference. And you're going to enjoy it that much more. And for that I mean lossless in particular. For spatial audio is like a different meal altogether. Some people might like it more, some people probably don't like it as much. It's hit or miss for me. But I'm so used to my SingCells and how good they sound without any spatial audio that it's one of those things where I'll pick it one day, I'll go without it another day. Not my go-to, not the worst. Not bad at all. Have I tried airplaying to 50 of them yet? Yes, works just fine. Works just fine. No problems. I actually did it to probably upwards of 25 to 30 devices before HomePods were a thing. When I bought like a couple dozen Airport Express V2s. And if you didn't know, the Airport Express V2 has a 3.5mm auxiliary jack on the back, which doubles as a Toslink optical audio port, both of which allow you to AirPlay to, and it's AirPlay 2. So you can multi-speaker, you can multi-room. It's insane, and it still works just as good to this day. But what I was getting at was, prior to getting into HomePods, and before HomePods were really a thing, I had a shit ton of I still do have a bunch of Airport Express V2s. And a bunch of iPod Hi-Fis. And that's what I would do. I would plug an Express into the Hi-Fi and stick them around the house and have a bunch of AirPlay Hi-Fis. And I'd have my subwoofer for my home theater system plugged into one. I'd have my like an old phone taped to the wall, acting as an AirPlay speaker for one. And you can use airfoil to make all of it work if you don't have a Mac. Will you eventually do 1,000 HomePods? If I can get to 500, then I'm gonna swear on 1,000. I'll say that. If I can get 500, I'll swear on 1,000. All right, I think that's about all that we're gonna fix today. Yes, indeed, I'm getting quite hungry. Oh yes, I'll need some kind of serious consideration for the power for 500 of them. Don't you worry about it. I'll figure it out.
I'm having trouble connecting to the.
There we go. JP's all fixed. And with that, I'll save the other two for tomorrow, or perhaps maybe later tonight. We'll see. No promises. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.